Did Rhaegar Targaryen truly love Lyanna Stark? Few relationships in A Song of Ice and Fire have greater consequences than that of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. Their union, whether viewed as a romantic elopement or a tragic abduction, set into motion the events that toppled a dynasty, plunged Westeros into war, and ultimately gave birth to the central mystery of the series. Yet beneath the songs and the legends lies a more complex question. Did Rhaegar truly love Lyanna, or did he merely believe he did? An examination of their personalities, motives, and symbolic weight of their union suggests that Rhaegar's feelings were less an expression of genuine love and more a reflection of his obsession with prophecy and destiny. Rhaegar Targaryen was a prince that was revered for his beauty, intellect, and melancholy idealism. Sir Barristan Selmy and others recall him as noble, contemplative, talented, yet marked by an underlying sadness. However, those same accounts reveal his dangerous tendency towards obsession, particularly with prophecy. Rhaegar's reading of ancient scrolls led him to believe he was destined to fulfill the prophecy of the prince that was promised and to bring forth the Song of Ice and Fire. This conviction shaped his choices and relationships. Once Rhaegar determined that his first two children with Ilya Martell did not fulfill the three-headed dragon prophecy, his mind turned towards finding a third. When Ilya could no longer bear children, Rhaegar's search for prophetic fulfillment led him away from his family and towards Lyanna Stark. Rhaegar's pursuit of Lyanna then was not a spontaneous act of passion, but a deliberate response to his growing fixation on destiny. To him, she represented not only beauty or spirit, but the other half of the prophecy, ice to his fire. Their potential union symbolically united two elemental houses, Targaryen and Stark, and through that symbolism, Rhaegar may have been convinced himself that fate demanded their union. Lyanna Stark, by contrast, was a willful, independent, and strong-minded woman. Known as the Wolf Maid, she shared the Stark sense of honor, but not its restraint. Her compassion towards Howland Reed at Harrenhal and her distaste for Robert Baratheon's lustful temperament reveal a woman unwilling to conform to the expectations placed upon her. To Rhaegar, Lyanna's wildness and courage likely appeared both alluring and symbolic, a kind of living embodiment of the northern strength his prophecies foretold. Whether Lyanna reciprocated Rhaegar's affection is uncertain. The fact that she left with him willingly, as later suggested in the books, implies at least some level of mutual feeling or belief in his promises. Yet the relationship must also be weighed against its consequences. Her disappearance brought ruin to her family and kingdom, and her death, alone and bleeding in the Tower of Joy, and it speaks to the ultimate tragedy of Rhaegar's choices. Rhaegar's actions, when measured by their outcomes, betray a profound confusion between love and destiny. He abandoned his wife and children, dishonored his crown, and precipitated a civil war. These are not the acts of a man motivated by love, which seeks the good of another, but of a man blinded by belief in his own importance. His treatment of both Ilya Martell and Lyanna Stark reveals a pattern of using others to fulfill his prophetic vision. If he loved Lyanna, it was a love subordinate to his ambition, a belief that their union was necessary to birth the savior of the world. This delusion transforms what might have been a romantic tragedy into something darker. Rhaegar's self-perception as a hero destined to change history mirrors the fatal flaws of many Targaryens before him: arrogance, obsession, and a disregard for the human cost of destiny. His supposed love for Lyanna cannot be disentangled from this lineage of hubris. In death, Rhaegar and Lyanna were enshrined in legend. To the realm, their story became a tale of doomed lovers whose passion destroyed kingdoms. Yet this romanticized version of events ignores the suffering their choices cause. Lyanna's last words to her brother, "Promise me, Ned," speak not of love fulfilled, but of fear and regret. What she feared for her child, what she asked Ned to protect, reflects the human reality beneath the myth, a young woman caught in a web of prophecy and power she could not control. Rhaegar Targaryen may have believed he loved Lyanna Stark, but his belief was filtered through the prism of prophecy. His heart was ruled by the idea of destiny, not devotion. In the end, his pursuit of the Song of Ice and Fire led only to silence and ashes. True love requires selflessness. Prophecy demands sacrifice. Rhaegar chose the latter, mistaking it for the former. What remains is not a love story, but a cautionary tale of how the pursuit of greatness can destroy the very people one claims to love.